If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Windsor Essex County right now, October's numbers just reveal something fascinating that could completely change your strategy. Whether you're a buyer or seller, what I'm about to share could literally save you thousands or help you make the smartest move of the year. So make sure you stick around with me until the end because these numbers tell a story you need to hear. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time here, I'm Kris Ramotar, and I help families just like you navigate the Windsor Essex County real estate market and with real data, not hype. October 2025's numbers just came out and I've been comparing them to October 2024. And honestly, there's some significant shifts happening that you absolutely need to know about. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of confusing stats. I'm going to break down exactly what this means for you, whether you're trying to buy your dream home or sell the one you're in right now. Here's the big picture, the numbers. All right, let's dive into what actually happened in October. I'm going to give you the numbers first. Then I'll explain what they mean in plain English. Inventory exploded. We had a ton of new listings in October 2025. 1,253 homes came on the MLS for sale. October 2024, only 1,040. That's a 20% increase in available homes. Think about that for a second. 1/5 more homes for you to choose from. Sales dropped slightly. Here's where it gets interesting. Actually, sales in October 2025, there were 461 homes sold. Last October, we had 472 homes sold. So we're down about 2.3%. Not a huge drop, but it matters. Prices are still holding strong. Now the average sale price in October 2025 was just over $566,000 compared to that of October 2024 at almost $585,000. So we're down about 3.1%, which honestly, after everything we have seen over the past few years, is incredibly stable. And the median price, $530,000 in October 2025 versus $535,000 last year, basically holding steady. And here's the big one. The Bank of Canada has continued cutting rates throughout 2025, and we're now in one of the most favorable borrowing environments we've seen in years. Now you're probably thinking, okay, what does this actually means for me? For buyers, what this means to you. If you're a family looking to buy a home right now, let me be straight with you. This is one of the best buyer markets we've seen in a while. Here's why. You have options. Lots of them. Remember that 20% jump in listings? That means that there were 5 homes in your price range and neighborhood last October. There are now maybe 6 or 7. You're not in a situation where you see a house on Thursday and it's gone by Friday with multiple offers. You can actually take your time, visit properties, sleep on it, make a decision that's right for your family. I'm talking about finding a home with a layout you actually want, not just setting for what's available. The yard for the kids, the extra bedroom for the home office, the neighborhood you've been dreaming about. When inventory is up 20%, you get to be choosy. Prices have stabilized. That 3% dip in average price in real dollars on a $566,000 home, that's about $18,000 less than the same home you would have cost you last year in October. Now, I'm not saying every single home is cheaper, but the market has cooled off just enough that sellers are being more realistic and you're not facing that crazy bidding war pressure. The interest rate environment is working for you. Here's where the Bank of Canada rate cuts become really powerful for you as a buyer. Let's talk real numbers for a second. If you're putting down 20% down on that average price home of $566,000, you're financing about $453,000. With the rate cuts we've seen, you could be saving anywhere from $200 to $400 per month compared to rates from 18 months ago. And over a 5-year term, that's $12,000 to $24,000 back in your pocket. That's real money. That's your emergency fund. That's renovations. That's family vacations. But here's what you need to know. This market rewards prepared buyers. You need your financing pre-approved. You need to know your budget. And when you find the right home, you need to be ready to move. Because even though it's a buyer's or balanced market, the good properties at the right price still move. They're just not gone in 24 hours anymore. The bottom line for buyers, if you've been renting and waiting for the right time to buy, or you've been in a starter home and you're ready to upgrade, this is your moment. More choices, stable prices, better financing rates, that's their trifecta. Now, for homeowners who are thinking of selling, what does this mean for you? Now, if you're thinking about selling, I'm going to be honest with you because that's what you need. The market has shifted, and you need to understand what that means for your strategy. It's more competitive than last year. With 20% more listings and slightly fewer sales, you're competing with more homes for buyer attention. That's just the reality. But here's the thing that doesn't mean you can't sell. It means you need to be smart about how you sell. Prices are still strong. Let's not lose sight of this. The average home in Windsor Essex County sold for $566,000 just over in October. The median price was $530,000. These are still really solid numbers. If you bought your home 5 to 10 years ago, you have built a lot of equity. This isn't 2008. This isn't a crash. This is a normal, functional market where homes are selling at fair prices, and there are 3 non-negotiables if you really want to sell. Let me be crystal clear about what separates home that sell from home that sit. Number 1, pricing strategy. This is not the market to let's try this price and test the market and see what happens. Buyers today have options, and they're doing their homework. If your home is priced even 5% above the market value, they're just going to skip right past and look at the other 20% more inventory of homes that's available. You need to price it right from day one, not just competitive. Right. This creates urgency that gets showings and that get offers. Your agent should be pulling comparables, looking at what's actually selling versus what's sitting, and pricing you to move. Number 2, presentation is everything. When buyers are comparing your home to more options, first impression are make or break. I'm talking about the fresh paint, the decluttered spaces, professional photos, and curb appeal that makes people want to get out of the car. You don't need a $50,000 renovation, but you do need your home to look move-in ready, because the buyer isn't just comparing your home to last year's market. They're comparing to the house that they saw this morning and the one they're going to see this afternoon. Number 3, marketing matters. Your homes need to be everywhere buyers are looking at. Professional photos, virtual tours, social media, MLS with the right description. This isn't optional anymore. The buyers who are active right now, they're serious. They're looking online first. If your home doesn't stand out digitally, they'll probably never see it in person. Now, here's your advantage. Even though there's more inventory, those Bank of Canada rate cuts have created something powerful: buyer confidence. People who felt priced out 6 months ago can now afford to move up. The family in a 2-bedroom condo can now buy a 3-bedroom house. The downsizer who was waiting for rates to improve is ready to make the move now. You have motivated buyers in the market. You just need to give them a reason to choose your home over the other. And here's the reality check. If you overprice, underprepare, or wait too long, your home will sit. And once it sits, it becomes that house that won't sell, and then you're in a tough spot. But if you do this right, with the right price, the right presentation, and the right strategy, and the right agents, homes are still selling. We sold 461 homes in October. Yours can be one of them. The Bank of Canada rate impact. Let me talk about these rate cuts one more time, because this is the game changer in all of this. The Bank of Canada has been aggressively cutting rates throughout 2025. We're now in a borrowing environment that we haven't seen in years. For buyers, this means affordability. For sellers, this means there are more qualified buyers in the market who can actually afford to buy your home. Let's think about it this way. Every quarter point rate cuts put more buyers into the market. It takes someone who could afford a $450,000 home, and suddenly they can afford a $480,000 homes. That expands the pool of potential buyers for your property. If you're selling to buy something else, you win twice. You're selling in a market where homes are still fetching good prices, and you're buying in a market where you have more choices and better financing. This is the part that a lot of people miss. A rate environment doesn't just affect buyers. It affects the entire ecosystem. It creates movement, and movement creates opportunity. Here's what we're looking at Windsor Essex County in October 2025. It is what we call a balanced market. Buyers have leverage right now because there is more inventory and less competition, but sellers who do the right things are still getting their homes sold at fair prices. This isn't the wild, wild west of 2021 where everything sold over asking in 24 hours. And it's not a crash where nobody's buying. It's a normal, healthy market where transactions are happening, where good homes are selling, and where buyers who are prepared can find what they need. Whether you're buying or selling, the opportunity is there. You just need to approach it with the right strategy and realistic expectation. Listen, I get it. Real estate decisions are huge. They're emotional, they're financial, and honestly, they can feel really overwhelming when you're trying to figure out if now is the right time. And that's exactly why I break down these numbers every month, to give you the real information you need to make a confident decision, not just hype or fear. And if you find this helpful for you, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe as well. It helps other families in Windsor Essex County find this information, and honestly, everyone deserves to know what's actually happening in their local market. And look, if you're seriously considering buying or selling the next few months, you want someone who actually knows this market, who works with the real data, and who will give you straight answers. I'd love to have a conversation with you. No pressure, no sales pitch, just a real conversation about what makes sense for your situation. You will find all my contact information in the description below. Make sure you subscribe because I put these market updates out every month, and you're even remotely thinking about the real estate in the next year, you want to stay informed about what's happening in Windsor right here in Windsor Essex County. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. See ya. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Have a great month, and see you soon. Bye now.